So I did say at the end of the last episode that we recorded that we were going to do suburbs and cul-de-sacs and all that, and as you can see, they have been done. I may have gotten carried away a little bit. And I may have built them, and I'm kind of happy with how they look. I think they look pretty good. The only issue is I don't have the tree brush mod installed right now, or at least I'm not seeing it. So unfortunately, we're not going to be completely filling this place with trees today. But what I'm going to let happen is just gradually build up, because we don't really have that much residential demand. It is all zoned. It is all zoned, so it's all ready to build. It just needs, well, two things, power and also demand, essentially. And I don't think the demand's going to come in until we deal with the commercial demand that we have, as well as the industrial demand. And industrial, I'm in two minds about, because on one hand, we could build a big industrial space in here. On the other hand, we could go over here and build some farms. And I'm inclined to say farms because I just think it'll be better. I do think it'll be better, and we have it unlocked. So I think that's what we're going to do. My only problem is, well, I was going to say the land's not flat. The land is flat. I feel like the map maker took that into account, realizing that the farming buildings just cut into the terrain. So farmland it is. So let's get ourselves a little bit of a road. What are you doing? Why is there a car out here? Who's dumping a body? Who owns this? Oliver Parker. What are you doing? Resides at the Myrtle Rest. So he's home. So Oliver Parker is at home and works in that pharmacy, yet his car is right there. Mr. Parker, I regret to inform you, but your vehicle has been stolen, sir. Is what happened there, and abandoned, and I assume gonna be burnt. That's all I can imagine. You know what? Whatever. It's fine. Let's go ahead then and paint in a bit of an industrial area up here. We do have some ore down here we could play with as well, but the reason I want to do the farms is because, well, quite frankly, I don't want to do like ore industry right opposite the fancy new residential area. So I figure farming isn't so bad, right? You know, they'll not, I mean, it's not the worst thing. It's not going to be smokestacks. It's going to be a fair bit of traffic out here, but it's not on their side of the river. So farming should be fine is my thinking. So that's my plan. And we've got Sycamore Industrial Park is what we're going to go for. Let's take a little look then. So farm main building. I guess this whole thing could just be one farm. Maybe. I mean, that's the way we do it. I guess we'll see. Let me get myself a dirt road, and let's go from, let's see, here out to there. I don't like that that's got a straight slope. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that right off is what we're going to do. And that's going to go up to there. So that's a bit better. Cuts through everything. Does have some trees on it. Turn prop and tree anarchy off. We can totally fix that. There we go. So that's all sorted. And I guess what we could do is let's just have this sort of slink up to about there. Then we'll do a little, whatever that is. What is that? 5 and 5. And that's where our main building can go. And of course, it doesn't go central on the road. That's what Move It's for. There we go. So we got a small grain silo, small animal pasture, crop field, and fruit field. That's fine. So you need to be shifted a little bit to like there. Right? So that can live right about there. And I'll do some fences around it to make that look more like a farmhouse shortly. But what we can do in the meantime is we're going to want crop fields. We're going to want, I don't think I want fruit fields. I think animal pastures would be kind of nice though. And they do need to be placed roadside, which always annoys me, but whatever. let's just go ahead and do a road here. And that looks relatively parallel to the edge of this tile. So right about there. And we'll do a few animal pastures out here. We're not going to go super crazy on it. I mean, that's pretty crazy to be fair. We'll do cattle as well, since that seems like it'll be a pretty good bet. Nice big open space for them. And then I think what we'll do is curve that road down. We'll sort of freeform it through the trees. So curve it down like this and try and keep it around that rock ever so slightly. And then like that should be pretty good. So that goes out to the cattle fields. And then I guess over here is where we could do, I don't know, the grain or something like that, whatever we're growing. So we'll do 7 there. We'll go like this and we'll go like that. And I do want to get some pretty decent, fields here. So crop fields. I guess we could do a few of them. Does this fit in there nicely alongside the house? It actually sort of does. I'd be slightly tempted to move the crop fields down here, though. So let's give that a shot. Let's do, I don't know, 1, 2, let's turn off anarchy to do this, 3 and 4. And that doesn't look too bad. And then let's try and do the same on the other side, I guess, is what we're going to do. So what is that? 12. So 12 is our midpoint. And that should line up with that road, which it does. Then 12 there to there. So those two roads are spaced apart the same distance. I want to take that out for a second. And then on this side, we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can't really get a 5th in there, so that's okay. So let's try and do a road that kind of comes over here. Obviously comes out of that spot. I kind of want to give it a little bit of a curve because, fancy like that. So out of there. Is that going to line up? Do I need guidelines to do this one? Looks like I do. So something like that, right? Little bit of curve to it. I should honestly probably move those a little closer to the road and then put some trees in there. So let's give that a quick shot and see if that actually happens and works for me. So you're going to be moved in to about there, I want to say. And you guys are going to be moved into about there. And I guess what we could do is do another one up here and just kind of use move it to actually make it work. So something like that, right? Curve that out a little further. So that should be fine. We move that road ever so slightly and then bulldoze. Actually, let's just bulldoze all of that. Let's bring a road straight out so we can get that nicely lined up. Because we do need roads along these anyway. So 2 there. Grab all of you. Move it over. So it's like right alongside it. Move you guys over so you're right alongside those fields. We have that one up the middle, which is fine. And then this can just sort of curve and sort of freeform up to that corner is what it can do. So something like that. Maybe not quite something like that. Let's bring that out a little bit, then do it. Bring you back a little bit. I just want it to, again, it's like what I was saying before. Character, right? So that's better. And that looks all right. It ain't the fanciest. It's not the best, but we can do a little... Yeah, I want to take that out as well. We're going to do a straight road down there and put trees other side because it would look just so much better. Let's be honest. So down to there. Down to there. Run that straight in. Then a little bit of a curve just at the end of it. Should be totally fine. So there we go. So trees either side of that. I think we need the right kind of tree though. So let's take a little look. We have a decent selection. We have a really decent selection actually. Let me see here. We have this one, which if we had rotations, I would totally use that one, but we don't, so I won't. We've got shrubs that I could use. I think that'll be a bit much. We get those guys. Would be a bit much. Let me see. Oh, you. That one ain't bad. That's maybe a bit much. Maybe those little ones. Make it look more like saplings, like they're growing trees here. So something like that. This looks a little... yeah, that looks all right. So we'll do that. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Those are maybe a little close together, so I might have to go in and delete like every other one, basically. Yes, let's do that. So you and you, we'll go ahead and delete every other tree so that it spaces them out just a little bit further. I think that looks all right. That kind of does the job. We can maybe do the same on that side as well, but for the time being, that's fine. We'll probably get more... fields and stuff in there shortly. But for the time being, let's just give them their pipes and whatnot. So you guys need that. You guys are going to need that. And let's just slowly slink this around like that. And I guess down to this road as well wouldn't hurt. So like that. It's not perfect, but it'll do the job. And then this can just run straight over to the neighborhood. There we go. All right. So. Oh, hello. Not bad. We just got the we got the campus area. We got the blimp as well, and metro too. And we still haven't done. Wow, we got a lot. We still haven't done. What was it? The buses that I said we were going to do. All right, let's go ahead and we could start buying those tiles down there. We have got 81 tiles. We have got the 81 tiles mod, so I could just unlock everything. So I think we'll buy this one just for the time being. And then start looking at those ones as well. I think we'll just buy those tiles that I'm sort of going around there. Once we get all of them, we'll go ahead and do all 81. So that'll be me plan is what I'm thinking. In terms of power up here, I'm kind of thinking wind turbine. Though there isn't really any energy production up here, unfortunately. We could do one there. That might be enough just for the buildings that we have. So, we'll bulldoze you again, just make sure that actually set right. So right there, is that enough to power everything up there? It absolutely is. Yeah, I think just like a solitary wind turbine could do... Yeah, that'll be fine. So that'll actually produce... Those guys are going to be using that dirt road to get back to my roundabout, to get out to the highway, to go to wherever they need to go. That's fine. That hasn't admittedly... And I realize I started... I started talking... I started this... I said we needed industrial zoning. So why I got so fixated on building a farm which doesn't get rid of industrial zoning is beyond me. It's just hit me. That has just hit me that it was zoning that we needed, not specialized industry, which is weird because it's technically industry. But it wasn't that kind of industry, apparently, so that's great. All right, we'll come back to that later. I want to go in and bulldoze all of this. And I want to bulldoze all of this. And I want to bulldoze these guys. And I want to go underground, and I want to bulldoze all of these pipes. Because it's time. We're building a campus area. We have almost $1 million. We have barely anyone actually living in Dorkchester. It's time. We're doing the campus thing. So all of this goes away, and we're doing the pipes properly. We're doing everything about this properly. It is going to be a trade school. It's not going to be like a super fancy university, but it'll be a campus, and that's the important part. And it's going to be relatively close to the city center. So that's fine. So let's see what we can do here. We are going to do this road. We are going to go... Let's roughly the middle. So if that's about the width of it, 72, so 36. So 36 is roughly the middle of, like, the island there. 73, 74. I don't... So it's like there. I'm going to go like that spot. So let me do... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Let me do 74. Let me just do that. We'll pause while we do this. Then we want to go in 30... 36? Am I right in that? 30... Whatever. Yeah. So 37 is like our midpoint. That doesn't look like the middle, though. That looks more like the middle there. So let's go there. 5 and 5. Bulldoze that whole road. And then, honestly, I'm going to go in and just paint in the campus zone right away. So let's paint the whole thing. I'll tidy it up later. It's you know, obviously a work in progress. So campus area, right? So we go in, we have our trade school, and the building right there. So right in kind of the middle of everything. And then I think a little bit of a run up to that building would be kind of cool. I think everyone coming into the campus needs to get onto this one road that runs straight to that building, is my thinking. And also, ooh, that angle. Ooh, that angle. All right. I'll tell you what we're going to do really quickly. I'm going to redo that whole bit. And, you're going to go straight in there. And that should be fine. And then these guys need to go, say, I don't know. Let's figure this out. Let's do that spot. So these guys are going to go there and there. I'm going to curve them and curve them. And then get rid of you, and you. And that's totally fine. Not exactly perfect, but it's fine. Does the job. Is what it does. Could probably go ahead and just get rid of, just do that right there. And in fact, turn off collisions real quick. Ooh. Not quite what I meant. Turn it back into that. Collisions probably needed to be on there. Not gonna lie. Is that one? That is a one-way road. Am I being an idiot? No, it isn't a one-way road. Okay, do that. I like the divide. I'm gonna be honest. I like the divide on that road. And elevate that part too. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. All right, so that's going to be going straight up to the entrance to everything, which, again, is totally fine. That's, what, 12 units? We don't want 12 units. We want 10 units, which is there. That's 9. That's 10. And that is 9 and 10. So bulldoze those parts. Turn that into a nice curve. So, again, you know, you get on that road, you are driving straight up to that main building. You know what I mean? So straight up to the main building. And then around that, we're just going to put everything else. I don't want to put everything on roads, though, is kind of the thing. I do want to use paths. I don't want cars driving about the entirety of the campus. So maybe what we do is that's the only part of the campus you can drive into, right? We'll do like a little one-way bit. So that's, what, it's 10. So if we go 10 there, take those bits out. Go 10 there and across. Do like a little one-way bit there that people, you know, they come in, they get dropped off, they do whatever they need to do, and then they leave. Right? You're not driving a car around the entire campus. That seems fair to me. Also, trees in the corners. I think we can maybe do trees in the corners. Might look really weird. Looks really weird. Looks just like it. It looks like fluff. It looks like it's not being maintained when the trees are in the corners there. So definitely not doing that. We'll do these bits as well. So there and there. You and you. And then just do sort of the same thing with the corners here. So that way, again, you know, you come in, you go to the left, you get dropped off, and then the car leaves. Right? You come straight up that main road, straight to the campus building, and then you leave. Everything else is going to be done, I think, through paths. That seems fair. So let me go in and let me do this. And let me do this. And then that's the cutoff for the district. Right? That's my thinking. So the cutoff for that entire district is that road right there. That road's not staying, but that's just that's the point at which, you know, no campus below there. And I think that'll be fine. I think that'll work. We could do some paths and stuff through this middle section as well. I'm not really sure what kind to go for just yet. I mean, probably just these ones, to be honest. So something like, let's see. If we were to go, like that. And then I guess, could do a couple of the middle as well. I think maybe just keep that and do some trees and stuff like that. What would trees look like on those paths? I don't mind that too much. It also lines up with the paths on either side of the main building. So that's actually okay. I like that. And then we could maybe do some trees kind of down here as well. Or some paths with trees sort of down there. And that's where we can put a lot of buildings too. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. Because then you're going to be flanked by buildings on either side as you're going up here towards the main thing. But you can't get to them without going up there. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Let me clear these trees out because we're going to need that space. And let me clear these trees out because we're going to need that space as well. So we have dormitories, we have the study hall, we have groundskeeping, and we have the book club. Okay, so groundskeeping, I think, should go out there, right? I think groundskeeping can kind of be off on its own. So kind of like right by the edge of the trees. Yeah, we can do that with groundskeeping. Let's get ourselves a path that goes out there. Just be a path with no trees on it whatsoever. So something like that. I think that's roughly where groundskeeping is going to go. And then that's roughly the middle of that path, which can go to there. And we're essentially just going to do the same thing we always do. Right there, and curve that corner. So again, it just looks a little bit more, you know, a little bit more chill. And we'll probably put more stuff on that as well, obviously, but that's fine for the time being. So groundskeeping can live right there. Not really sure why there's a bunch of trees in the building. I don't have proper tree anarchy on, but whatever. And that'll be fine. It would be nice if that was a flatter area for it, but that's okay. Let's see. So dormitories. Ooh, they fit kind of nicely in there. I feel like the dorms could be like here, essentially. So like that. And I don't know if we'd want them right by the entrance, though, would you? So you're kind of flanked by those going, oh, actually, that ain't bad. Although I don't think we want trees on the, I don't think we want trees in the paths. I don't think we want trees in those paths because the dormitories have them and that middle road has them. And then if I was to just sort of stack the dormitories. So let me place like 2, 3, 4. And then can we just like push them together so it just looks like one? I almost want this to look, I want it to look kind of imposing, to be honest. Which is maybe not what you would think of when you're building a campus. But genuinely, I want it to look a little intimidating. That's genuinely my goal. So something very, very much like this, I think will do that job. So can I shuffle you along? I can. And then that wall, I guess, lines up with... It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing, I'm not going to lie. But something like that. I think that's about on point. I think they line up. Kind of hard to tell, not going to lie. Is that one closer to the path? It is. Okay, so that needs to be brought forward. I tell you what we'll do. Bring it forward so the green line is like on that little bit of paving. So now they should be in line. And they absolutely are. We'll kind of ignore the hedges doing that. We're not too worried about that. So bring that along. Get these sort of in line as best we can. And bring that forward to about there. And then same up here. You come in. We line up the windows as best we can and bring you forward to about there. And what does that look like? It does look the part, doesn't it? It looks very, like, Soviet Union, I guess? You know, it looks like kind of old Soviet apartments. So, that's fine. That's fine, I guess. We'll deal with that. That's all right. You know, we'll not stress about it. And then we'll do the same on that side as well and just push them all together and everything should be fine. So let's grab you. Let's actually, just grab you. Bring you forward a little bit. So 2 about there. And then these kind of line up in the opposite way. So there and I think that's about right. Probably as close as I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna go too crazy getting these to line up. I want them to be as close to perfect as I can get, but if they're not absolutely perfect, we're never gonna notice because we're never gonna look at these again in this much detail. So that's fine. So 2 about there and 2 about, let's see, about there, right? And again, looks very Soviet Union. I'm not gonna lie. That's fine. I like that. And then at the ends of those, we could do... we do have the study hall, which is an enormous building. But I feel like it needs to be off on its own, almost. Like, it could be kind of in its own space. Or just back there. What does that look like? It's an interesting looking building for sure. What does it go on? So it goes like that. What if we were to do... What if we were to do a little thing here? So if I was to go in and say I wanted a path to go right here, right? Can I put the study hall on that path? I can. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. That's pretty good. Let's move the building down a little bit so it's kind of, again, in line with everything else. We can get it in line with that bench so it looks like there's 2 benches. And something like that. I like that a lot. Okay. That is kind of exactly what we're going for. You're going to get extended to about there. And then we're going to sort of do the same thing on the other side with another study hall. Which I know we don't need 2 study halls. But we're going to have 2 study halls because I want that little bit of symmetry there. Oh dear. This might be slightly trickier to do than I thought. We'll see. I don't want them overlapping. That's for sure. So that needs to move. Or maybe I do. No, I can't really have them overlapping. So what kind of lineup have we got here? So you and you, they're actually in line already, pretty much. Okay. So bring this forward so it's about there. And then this one is a little too far forward, so it needs to go about there. And they're pretty much in line. Obviously not symmetrical at the back, but that's kind of what I'm going for, right? That I kind of like. And then the idea is there'll be like sort of more open space back here with like other stuff. It's honestly, I say open space. This is probably going to be crazy dense. But the idea is that this whole island is going to be super dense, high density city center. That's why I'm kind of okay using the trade school, because it has those like much more sort of apartment looking buildings. So this whole island is going to be crazy dense. So this looks like ridiculously out of place right now. That's 100% true. But the idea is that eventually it's going to be really, really dense. And I think it's going to look really good. I'm also going to just like do that and do that for the time being, just so I remember to, you know, carry those off in those directions. And what else do we need on this? So we have dormitories, we have study halls, we have the book club. Yeah, book club. That's not where I wanted that. I also don't want it there, but I just think that's kind of funny. Just like someone's built, it just looks like a house, to be honest. Someone just built a house right in front of everything.
You know what? I'm not leaving university. I'm going to build my house right there.
I don't think that's where we want that. I don't really know where the book club should go. I guess like out this way near the groundskeeper. I guess we'll throw it there for the time being. Although I'm gonna need a power connection, so maybe we do there instead, and that should hopefully bridge power between everything. Ooh, might be able to do it. Might be able to do it. Can't do it. Okay, well that's great. All right, right there. So that'll share power with that. You can come into there. That's another study hall, isn't it? No. We're not doing that. All right. So connect that to there. I don't really want to have to use pylons everywhere, but we're going to have to. Those are connected fine. You guys are getting power from that, which isn't connected to anything right now. So let's bring a pylon from here to there, and that'll connect to all of this, which connects to all of that, so that's fine. So everything should have power other than our sewage. So we'll do that as well. And that should all have power. It won't have water, that's fine. But it does have power. Actually, no one has water, because I got rid of the, what do you call it? The towers. So we're going to need to figure out another solution for water, is what we're going to need to do there. So we'll do that in just a second. So those are connected. You'll have water, which is good. We'll bring that out to there, bring you down to there, and sort of curve this around a little bit. Like that. They should all have water, and then we just need to probably connect to there. And I guess water towers could go out here for the time being. Or like here, actually. No, that's under a road. That wouldn't, they need power too, don't they? All right. Let's do out here. So we'll go for that spot, that spot, that spot, that spot, and that spot. And that should give everybody water. You're not connected for some reason. All right. That should give everybody water though, doesn't it? That's gonna be enough. Are you guys not connected? Oh, my bad. Fair enough. There you go. So that should not give everybody water and sewage. Why's sewage having a problem? Oh, it's not connected either. Ugh. There we go. So that's all connected. Water is connected, but there's apparently not on. Oh, they don't have power. Well, that'll do that for sure. There you go. So now there should be enough water. There we go. Right. So everything is actually working, and we have the makings of a campus, which is kind of fantastic. So let's immediately go in there. Let's immediately throw some money at them for artisanry or whatever. And we'll try and get it leveling up so we can unlock more things. This place is sort of coming along. And I guess what we can do is put another suburb on this side at some point, carry that around, build a bridge over to the dense area, and have that be a connection to the suburbs. So there's stuff we can do. There's plenty of stuff we can do in there, which will be pretty cool. Also, unrelated, but where did the industrial demand go? Because I still haven't done anything about it. Oh, that's the orchard. Never mind. Okay, well, I thought for a second that I'd done something more interesting than I actually did. Fair enough. They're having some crime. That's good. You guys also probably need silos, thinking about it, because we didn't do any of those. So we could give you like a small barn. Maybe like a little barn there for a bit of storage or something. And then there's your fences that we can run around everything as well. So we're going to have to detail this place really nicely at some point. Definitely going to have to detail it really nicely. Need to get this place building. Need to get more industry. Need to get more commercial. So when do we next unlock a tile? That's my question. So not at 11,000 people, which is also when we get more roads. And I keep forgetting to do public transport. 16,000 people and 32,000 people. So we're not getting this tile for a while. So we... Oh, I might have made a mistake here, thinking about it. I guess, you know what we could do? We can hopefully fill up this space with more, like, suburban stuff. And then try and get this tile sooner than later so we can start building the really dense city. Otherwise, we're going to have to start putting density down here. I guess we have a little bit of space we can work with here as well to start doing, you know, denser stuff with a city as well. But I kind of wanted to keep that highway connection exclusively for the college. So I don't know. But this seems like a pretty good start for the campus. I think it's going to be in a really good space. I think we've got enough space to do a lot of things with it and have some fun with it. We just kind of need to deal with the demand for absolutely everything else. And thinking about it as well, maybe we'd be able to help things along slightly by giving these guys, like, I don't know, say a dog park in that corner, for example. And then maybe a dog park in, I don't know, one of these spaces too, say there. Also, anarchy's not on, but for some reason... Oh, you know what it is? Collisions are still off, aren't they? Yeah, they are. There we go. So that'll hopefully boost things a little bit. Hopefully that'll cheer them up a little bit. Hopefully you guys get a power connection at some point. I see you guys have got one. Hopefully this place starts building and then connects over and everything hopefully connects together. Really don't want to have to do pylons. That's kind of the dreaded thing right now is pylons. Although, I'm going to be honest, I guess these guys abandoning all the time is probably worse. So let's just do pylons temporarily. There we go. So that's all up and running. Traffic's able to get on and off the highway pretty easily. We don't have any policing in here, which is maybe something we should look into. Let's have a little look. We also don't have much medical care in there, which is another thing we should probably look into, but whatever. Let me turn off collisions real quick and let me move you so I can get my trees back. And then let me just bulldoze one or two of those trees because they're ever so slightly not where they should be. All right. So I want a tree. Let me see. What kind of trees are we going for? Something big, something leafy. Go for you. Go for you. And you. That'll be fine. All right. So a little police station in there. Probably should have been the more rural looking police station, thinking about it. That one. But it's bigger. So maybe not. We'll keep that one. That's fine. So yeah, that should give a bit of a power connection everywhere. Actually, a police station. Oh, I'm an idiot. Hold on. Hold on. That right there, does that connect over? It does. You're gone. All right. So that was easy. We'll move you to the corner. That connects kind of nicely. We can put a tree or two sort of around it just to add a little bit of decoration. Maybe just one of those as well, just to break it up a little bit. There we go. So that seems fine. That gives a power connection, which means I can get rid of those pylons, which is beautiful news. Then when that area builds, I should be able to get rid of those pylons, and then everything has power, which is fantastic. And then we just need to get the tree brush, paint that area, and hope for the best, is what I'm thinking. I'm also thinking that as much as I don't want to do super high density in here, we're gonna. Because to be fair, it's grids. It's not ever going to be low density over here, is it? So let's do a bit of high density commercial there. That's residential. That's not what I want. A little bit of high density commercial right there. And then let's throw a bit of high density residential into that strip right there. Because I'm pretty sure we're not on the European theme. And, well, that just about confirms it, doesn't it? Yeah. So this map is not European. All right. All right, that's fine. I guess. And we still need to do this area too. Still need to do that park. Still need to do that park. So just to remind myself that I need to do that, let's do an entrance there, an entrance there. And honestly, we'll just do that. We'll keep it relatively basic. Over here needs a main entrance, which can go there. And I guess sort of another entrance there and perhaps there. All right, so we can get all that done. We can detail all that space, get some nice buildings in here, do some cool stuff. I will say I am really excited to finally get some high density in here because I think the red brick path is going to look so much better with high density buildings. So that's going to be absolutely beautiful. That does bring demand down a little bit as well. And honestly, thinking about it, let's go ahead and let's take out some commercial here. And let's do a little bit of office zoning. Let's take out some commercial here and do some high density commercial. And I guess this is just what we're going to have to do to try and get our population up so we can get those other tiles. Right? We're just going to have to do high density here. Even if I do want to redevelop this area sometime, we're going to do that. As for the roundabouts, hello, they might need a little bit of work. I don't know if I want to do giveaway signs everywhere, but we're going to give it a shot. So roundabout traffic maybe has priority. It does appear that a lot of it is going to the industrial area, which is fair enough. We probably need more ways in and out of everywhere because this road's starting to get busy. And to be fair, we've been meaning to do something about these roads for a while. So probably fair enough that we do something sooner than later because it's definitely getting worse. But that's fine. I think it's just going to be flow of traffic at this point because that is what the main way in for all of that space. And yeah, I guess that's the main way into the industrial area there too, and also out to the farm. So yeah, that's going to be what that is. We also want you guys to be able to enter the junction there. So if you're on the roundabout, you keep going. You do not stop. And hopefully that'll fix things a little bit. Either way, very nice to see them using all the lanes. Very nice to see them backing up like crazy, as they usually do. That's fine. Have I messed up some lane work here? No, they can merge there. So that's all right. That's fine. At least they can get out of the city quickly. They just can't get into it quickly. Well, I say that. These guys aren't going anywhere quickly. No one's going anywhere quickly. That's the point I'm making, okay? No one is doing anything remotely quickly. All right? That's the point. I messed it up. You remember a while ago when I said that I wasn't going to need to plan anything? Well, I did. And I knew it at the time. I'm just stubborn. All right? There you go. You happy?